Let the award giving commence.
As an artist, I'm not producing journalism or producing an instruction manual for things. I want people to be engaged and to be provoked and possibly entertained. And I think the best art does all those things. But certainly political consciousness is very much part of the work that I do.
Please join me in acknowledging Yinka Shonibare, MBE.
Through my work, I want my audience to understand why we are here, who brought us here, who colonized us. Why am I speaking English to you? I speak Yoruba. I'm comfortable speaking Yoruba because of what happened to my ancestors. I have to communicate with you in English. The African culture is a very deep culture, and the people deserve respect.
Throughout the 90s and the early 2000s, people were looking to Africa for some kind of authenticity, and I felt that that was not where I was coming from. And so when I talk about African identity, I talk about a global identity. My own idea of African identity is based in hybridism. Within the first 20 years of my life, I lived significant periods of time on 3 different continents. And this really contributes to the person that I am today. And at the same time, I'm African. So I think the work that I make speaks to this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the stage Otto Malinda.
I had a really rough childhood, and not financially, but really morally. My family sexually and physically abused me when I was younger, and as you may have heard some stories of abuse survivors, it's difficult to remove oneself from the cycle of events. So, however, after I met my wife, things started to change, and I steadily distanced myself from my family. One of the many beautiful things that came to me with my wife was her family, and I finally got to feel what love felt like and how a family can really function.
Thinking about, being awarded now and where I've actually come from, I had an experience when I was 19 years old. I had got a virus in my spine called transverse myelitis, and I was paralyzed from my neck down. At the time, the doctors didn't know what I was going to do with my life. My parents were told not to expect too much at this point. I have since gone beyond any expectations.
I'm very excited and honored, especially as I had a show here in 2010. And, so it's great. It feels like coming back home.
I am extremely honored. I am very surprised. I am so honored that Dr. Cole and Karen Milbourne were willing to even consider me. And yeah, it definitely, it gives me inspiration to do more work and to carry on, you know?